Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this month of recipes, since August continues to remain the most popular birth month, we will be doing our third round of August Appetizers, where we'll be making another 4 more different types of appetizers for you to make for any statistically likely party that you will be having this month. For this episode, we will be making some California rolls. For this recipe, you will need 1.5 cups of uncooked sushi rice, 2 to 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar. You can use pre-seasoned rice vinegar if you have it, but if you're using unseasoned rice vinegar, you can season it yourself with 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. You will also need 2 cups of water to cook your rice. Then for the sushi, you will need 2 to 3 sheets of sushi nori, 1 to 2 small cucumbers, 1 to 2 avocados, 3 to 4 imitation crab sticks, 1 to 2 tablespoons of kewpie mayo, some roasted sesame seeds for optional garnish, and some wasabi, pickled ginger, and soy sauce to serve on the side with your sushi if you wish. And while not entirely necessary, I recommend having a makisu or bamboo rice mat to help you roll the sushi, but you can use a kitchen towel as a substitute. This will make about 4 to 5 rolls, so just as needed. First we'll prepare the rice, so give your rice a rinse with some water until it runs clear. Then drain the excess water and add the measured water to the rice and cook it using a rice cooker or on the stovetop. While the rice is cooking, we'll prepare the rest of the ingredients. So for your crab meat, in a bowl, place your sticks along with the mayonnaise and give it a mix, breaking the crab sticks into pieces to make your imitation crab salad. Then for your cucumbers, chop these lengthwise into thin strips, and then for your avocado, cut them in half, remove the pit, and then slice each half lengthwise into strips as well. You can sprinkle some rice vinegar onto the cut avocados to keep them from browning while you wait. During this time, you can also set up your rolling station, making sure you have easy access to all of the ingredients along with a small bowl with some water to dip your fingers in, as well as your bamboo rice mat or towel covered with some plastic wrap so the rice doesn't stick. Once your rice is fully cooked, remove it from your rice cooker or pot into a hangiri or shallow bowl and break up the rice to fluff it up. Then, before the rice cools, add in your rice vinegar as well as your sugar and salt if needed and mix until everything is well seasoned. Next, once your rice is ready, we'll prepare and roll the sushi. So before the rice gets cold, fold a piece of nori in half if it's not already a half sheet. Then on each piece of nori, take about a half cup of rice or so, and using your hands, layer the rice evenly on the sheet, dipping your fingers in the water bowl to keep the rice from sticking to your hands. Next, sprinkle the sesame seeds over the rice if using, and then flip the rice and seaweed sheet over. Next, add 2 to 3 tablespoons of your crab stick mayo salad along the middle of the length of the nori, and then place some of the sliced cucumbers and avocados on top of this. Then when you're ready to roll the roll, place your fingers on the ingredients and then carefully bring the bottom end of the mat or towel up along with the plastic layer and roll it over the ingredients, tucking the end of the nori into the center. Then pull back the rolling mat and plastic wrap so it doesn't get rolled into the sushi, and keep repeating this motion, rolling the roll tightly with firm pressure until you have about a ½ inch or so of the top of the nori showing. Then, rub a small amount of water on the edge of the nori and bring and fold the nori in, completing the roll. Give your roll a gentle squeeze so that your roll remains firm, but be careful not to squeeze too hard as you may crush the ingredients or squeeze them out of the roll. Then, wrap this in the plastic wrap and set this aside while we roll the rest of the rolls. When all of your rolls are rolled, place one on a cutting board and remove the plastic wrap. Then, using a sharp knife, slice the sushi roll first down the middle, then cut this into 6 or 8 pieces as desired. If your knife is sticking to the rice, run it through a damp paper towel before each slice to help keep it from sticking. Don't worry if your roll starts to fall apart for your first few attempts. Just keep trying and you'll eventually get the rolling and cutting technique down. Once your sushi is cut into pieces, serve it immediately with some wasabi, pickled ginger, and or soy sauce if desired, and with that, your California roll is ready to eat. I've been meaning to make a sushi recipe for a while now, especially after we made the onigiri recipe a few years ago, and I thought that the California roll would be the perfect one to start with. The California roll, interestingly, has a complicated origin story, with the roll's invention being disputed either being created in California or in Vancouver of all places. The dish originating in California would make sense given its name, but it seems that the roll originating in Canada isn't exactly as far-fetched as it might seem at first glance. In fact, the Japanese government itself has leaned towards Vancouver, and more specifically, Hidekazu Tojo, as being the creator of the California roll in the 1970s. According to Tojo, the California roll gets its name not from the state, but rather because its contents of crab and avocado abbreviate to CA, which is coincidentally the same abbreviation for California. But regardless of who actually invented it, it is commonly believed that the roll's unique uramaki, or inside-out design, came about as a way to hide the nori, since many Westerners unfamiliar with the Japanese dish would sometimes peel off the seaweed, thinking it was some sort of wrapping paper. And this, along with its relatively tame filling ingredient-wise, as well as its familiar name, made the California roll immediately popular across the US by the 1980s, and helped act as a way to convince many to try more of the more exotic raw fish sushi options on the menu. Speaking of, this roll is the base for many popular gourmet rolls, such as the rainbow roll, topped with thinly sliced raw tuna, salmon, and avocado, and the dragon roll, topped with grilled eel and avocado. So you can use this recipe as a great starting point if you are wanting to create one of these more fancy rolls. But if that's too intimidating, one simpler variation you can try is the spicy California roll, which is just the roll topped with some sriracha and mayo mixed together. But regardless of if you add a bunch of toppings or keep it simple with just the basic roll, this easy to make and eat dish will be a great appetizer for your party guests or a great meal for yourself if you happen to eat all of the rolls before the party starts. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you want me to make next. Like this video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to or follow this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. Place your sticks along with the mayonnaise. Oh.